Class A, Form A pre-trip. You start up top, you got your clearance lights, properly mounted, secured, amber in color, not bent, broke, or cracked, and they're working properly. You come down, you got your headlights, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. They are clear in color. Their functions are the high beam and the low beam. You go to the side, you got the side marker light. They're amber in color, shouldn't be not bent, broken, or cracked. The functions are left turn, right turn, four-way flashers. You come down, should be no leaks underneath the vehicle or not leaning to one side or the other one. You also want to check the tag to make sure it's properly mounted, secured, clean, clear, visible, reflective, and up to date. On the passenger side, you got the coolant reservoir, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It's at the proper fluid level. The cap is on, secure, and not leaking. The hoses coming from it doesn't have any abrasion, bulges, or cracks, and they aren't leaking. The wires are not cut, frayed, or damaged, and they're properly mounted, secured. The alternator, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It is belt driven. The belt isn't no more than 3/4 inch of play, not cut, frayed, or damaged. The wires are securely mounted, not cut, frayed, or damaged. The water pump, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It's not leaking. It's belt driven. Got a power steering reservoir, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It's at the proper fluid level. It's not leaking. The cap is on, secure, and it's not leaking. The hose that's coming from it doesn't have any abrasion, boards, or cuts. And they aren't leaking. The oil level, dipstick, and fill cap, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. They're not leaking, and it's at the proper level. Air compressor, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It is gear driven, and it's not leaking. Hoses coming from it doesn't have any abrasion, boards, or cuts, and they aren't leaking. The frame, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds. Got the upper and lower steering linkage, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, no more than 10 degrees of free play. All Carter keys and calcium nuts are present. Steering gearbox and hoses, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. It's not leaking. The hoses coming from it doesn't have any abrasion, boards, or cuts, and they aren't leaking. The spring mount, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds. Leaf spring, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, not shifted. Back spring mount, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds. I have 2 U-bolts, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. None are missing. No illegal welds. The shock absorber, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, not leaking. Brake hoses and lines, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No abrasion, boards, or cuts, and they aren't leaking. Securely mounted to the frame and the brake chamber, which is securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, and it's not leaking. The truck is not equipped with slack adjuster and push rod, but if it was, they would be securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, and they shouldn't have any more than 1 inch of free play with the brakes release. You got brake shoes and the brake pads, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked, not worn dangerously thin. No oil, grease, or dirt is present. You got your tire, don't have any abrasion, boards, or cuts to the sidewall, not leaking. Also no flat spots. The valve stem, securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds, it's not leaking. The depth should be no more than 4/30 seconds of tread depth, no less than 4/30 seconds of tread depth. The rim is securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No illegal welds. Lug nuts all should be present, not bent, broken, or cracked. No rust trails or spider crackings to indicate any looseness. Valves should be securely mounted, not bent, broken, or cracked. No missing nuts or bolts. It's at the proper fluid level. It's also not leaking.